Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Catching the Facts podcast here on the Catching the Facts official podcast network. I'm your host, Dan Sisk.
I'm Schroeder.
And we had a bunch of really interesting games this week, both in the both in the NCAA and in the NFL. A lot more happened in the NFL than we were really expecting, particularly through the trade deadline. So there's a lot of news that we're going to cover in the news roundup at the start of the show. When it comes to the games that we're going to be discussing, we've got Ohio State, Penn State. We've got Georgia Tech versus NC State. We've got Texas versus Vanderbilt. We've got Miami versus SMU. We've got Oklahoma versus Tennessee. We've got the Steelers versus the Colts. And we've got the Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So, Eric, you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, guys, so we're going to start off with the news roundup of the week. And the big news was the trade deadline in the National Football League. Overall, there were 27 players that were traded in season, which is the most in this century, which was pretty interesting. Although there weren't really a lot of flashy trades because a lot of teams were just making a lot of small moves, getting the pieces that they need. However, the New York Jets made a couple of really interesting moves and big a couple of really big indications that they're actually starting to build something. Wow. What an incredible thing that the New York Jets are actually constructing a long-term plan. It's pretty surreal, to be honest with you. So Eric, what were those trades?
Yeah, so Sauce Gardner from the Jets goes to the Colts for 2 first-round picks, and then Quinnen Williams goes to the Cowboys for 2 picks as well. I mean, this is huge news because the Jets just reconstructed Sauce's contract for like 4 years, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I mean, he got paid like crazy, and now he gets shipped off to the Colts. I mean, as far as this trade goes, yes, Sauce Gardner is really good. He's one of the top in the league at the moment. But I mean, I still think the Colts win this trade.
Really?
Or sorry, the Jets win this trade. The Jets win this trade.
Okay. Yeah. No, I completely agree with you.
I mean, giving up 2 firsts for Sauce, I mean, that's a big ask. I understand he's good, but he's not that good. So it's just crazy how much they gave up for him, and that might come back to bite him.
Yeah, 2 firsts for a non-QB is just crazy to me. I've had a hard time wrapping my head around this trade in the couple hours since I heard about it. I guess we should start with the Jets, right, Eric? I mean, this is definitely the first indication that this organization isn't completely incompetent, which is saying a lot because I had to watch Woody Johnson throw Justin Fields under the bus. I had to watch Aaron Rodgers be a diva both on and off the field and ruin this organization for 2 years. I had to watch, so much go down with this organization. Excuse me. They're making me sick. That's how bad they are. Yeah, really. Justin Fields started off promisingly in that first week against the Steelers. Remember? I mean, we were talking about that game, and it's just been an absolute unmitigated disaster ever since. I mean, they aren't going to be great picks considering the Colts are pretty good, so they're going to be low first round. But still, I mean, getting 2 firsts for him, as you said, is a really big deal. Because I don't think anyone really thought Sauce Gardner was worth more than maybe a first and a third. So
Right.
it's a big move for them. As for the Colts, I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but they're going all in with Daniel Jones. The guy is not under contract beyond this season, and he's playing extremely well. Obviously, taking Sunday's game into account. We'll get to that later in the show, but I mean, they really want to take advantage of this season, so they were willing to do whatever it took to get Sauce Gardner. I mean, you have to respect the hustle. I don't know if this is going to work out for the Indianapolis Colts. I think they're a very solid team. I think they have what it takes to get to the AFC Championship game. I don't know if they have what it takes to win a Super Bowl, even after this move. The offense has been very good. Jonathan Taylor's been an MVP candidate. Jones has had a career resurgence there. Like all the pieces are there, Eric. I have a gut feeling that when they hit the AFC Championship game, they're gonna fold. That's just my gut.
Yeah.
That's my gut.
Yeah, 100% agree. I mean, they're going all in with Daniel Jones right now, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making moves, which is good, but this is a very aggressive move. I mean, Sauce, he hasn't been, he's been all right, but what he's like, he only has 15 solo tackles, no interceptions, which is, we normally see him get some interception. And then he only has 6 pass deflections, which tied for 25th in the league. I mean, he's not having a great year. Which again, and I like that the Jets decided to trade him right now because his trade stock isn't that, it's high right now because of what he was, last season, the year prior.
Yeah.
So this is a huge win for them
Yeah.
for sure. And then they also got a Donnie Mitchell too, which he's been all right. He's gonna just fit right into that wide receiver 2 spot, right behind Garrett Wilson, which is good for them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man, the Jets definitely won this trade for sure. Because Sauce, he hasn't been that good, and yes, it's already adding to a really good Colts defense. With Cam Bynum on the other side and
Yeah.
all the other pieces they have. But I mean, he's got to start stepping it up, playing wise. So
100%. I mean, let's be honest. The Colts have a very good defense, but they don't have an elite defense. So the Colts with this move are just trying to get an elite defender to try to make that defense elite because they know their offense is elite. So they're trying to make the defense on par. I mean, I understand the trade. I really, really do because you don't know what the situation with Daniel Jones is going to be. I don't know, man. I have a bad feeling. I really do. I just I think there's potential with this move to really go far in the playoffs, but Jones is going to have to be pretty extraordinary to make it all the way to the Super Bowl, and we'll see if he can. I was defending him in Week 1, so I'm not one of these Daniel Jones haters. I'm really not, but I am doubting that he can go far in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. The Colts are a really interesting team because I think I can see them collapsing. I can see them using this move as a springboard to get even better. I do believe, and we'll get to the game later, but I think Sunday was just an aberration for them. That's not the norm, obviously. So we'll see how far they go. They're a really interesting team.
yeah, for sure.
As for the other Jets move, Quinnen Williams, Eric, what was that trade about?
Yeah, so the Jets trade star tackle Quentin Williams to the Cowboys in exchange for a 2026 second round pick, a 2027 first round pick, and then DT Mozzie Smith. Yeah, I mean this is a bigger trade I think than the Quentin Williams trade, or what
The Sauce Gardner
Sauce
trade.
Gardner trade. It's a better trade. The Cowboys, they need pieces. Their defense is terrible. They looked so bad this week, just giving up third downs, like third and like 15 they were letting up. This will help them
Yeah.
for sure. And even though yeah, the Jets really kind of botched this whole thing here at the trade deadline. Um yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess he's also had an okay year.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know. Mozzie Smith is also he's just okay.
Yeah.
He's not that good. I mean, he's on the he was just on the Cowboys, so it's like, and their defense is
Yeah.
terrible.
This is a temporary move for the Jets. I mean, they don't care about Mozzie Smith. They care about the picks, as they should.
Sure. They got great value for the picks here.
Yeah, Quinnen Williams is not having the year that he had, last year or 2 years ago. But he's okay. He's been all right this
Yeah,
season, and the Cowboys could use all the help they can get. So, obviously,
yeah,
we've known that the defense has been struggling to say the least with the departure of Parsons, but Williams will help. Um, and again, I feel this is a trade where the Jets, considering where the Cowboys are, I think the Jets won this trade too. To be
yeah,
honest with you, I think that 2027 first round pick has a really solid chance at being a mid round pick, And considering the Jets are guaranteed to be awful next season as well, that gives you 2 picks in the top approximately 15. And that could be really, really valuable for the Jets. So I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move for the Jets. I really do. As for the Cowboys, I mean, they're just trying to sneak their way into the playoffs with every ounce of breath that they have. And for all we know, they could sneak in, considering how inconsistent Dak's been. I don't know if that'll happen. Um, but again, I mean, I feel as long as Jerry's there, I'm not taking the Cowboys seriously. I refuse. I
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, Quentin Williams, he's a good piece to add, but he's not gonna come in and just wreck the game. Um,
No,
so, I mean, but yeah, like you said, they need all the help they can get at defense, so
100%,
yeah.
100%. So yeah, good for the Jets. They saw an opportunity and they pounced, and they got a lot of picks for those 2 guys. And again, it's one of the first good moves that I've seen the Jets make in a very, very long time. Like,
Yeah,
very
for
long
sure.
time. So it's just it's a little surreal, to be honest with you. You're not used to the Jets doing anything competent. You're really not. So I don't know. It's just interesting to me.
Yeah.
That's all I have on that. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, so guys, the other big news was that the first official ranking from the College Football Playoff Committee came out earlier today. We're recording this on Tuesday, November 4th. You're hearing this on November 5th. But earlier today, they did release the first ranking, and there are some big placements. So Eric, what were the big placements that were made today?
Yeah, so obviously Ohio State's at 1, but well, actually, that's not that. I guess I don't know because people were saying that they could put Indiana at 1. Given their strength of schedule and stuff. I don't know what you think about that, but
No, I
um,
don't.
I mean, here's how I look.
Strength of schedule is
Um,
important. Strength of schedule is important. Okay, I'm not denying that, but watch the games and tell me that Ohio State is not the most dominant team in the country.
yeah,
Watch
for sure.
watch the
Yeah,
game. I don't want to hear, oh well, Ohio State beat up Minnesota and Penn State. I don't care who they beat. They are a full on dominant force. I like watching that team for 5 minutes shows you they're the best team. I don't want to. I don't know how you could tell me Indiana's better. I just don't see how you can do that. So the committee made the right decision in my book.
yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, it's hard to just not, strength of schedule. Yeah, it's important. I mean, they've already beat Ohio State's already beaten like two ranked teams. They unranked Illinois and then beat Texas early on in the season, who's just okay now.
Yeah,
Um, but it's hard to unrank them at number 1 just because of how they've been playing. They're one of the most complete teams in college football right now. Julian Sands making a great case for Heisman, even you could say. Um, and I don't know. I mean, it's just hard to unrank them from the number 1 spot until they show you something that where they should be number 1.
yeah,
In Indiana, yeah, they're a great team right now, making a great case for themselves. They really turned the program around these past couple years, but
uh-huh.
it's hard to put them at 1.
Yeah. You can.
Um, yeah, and I guess other news, Alabama's at 4, Texas A&M at 3.
That's crazy. That's not.
I mean,
They deserve it, but that's still crazy. I'm still not used to A&M being a top 5 team.
yeah, no, definitely not. And I mean, they've looked decent this year, but they've had some scares where they're playing, much lower opponents like Arkansas, Auburn even, who just fired their head coach, and Notre Dame. They're playing these teams really close.
They are.
Almost too close for them to be at 3. But there's no other team that really is making even a better case for themselves right there either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of bad teams right now that are ranked way too high,
Agreed.
but it's it's the right ranking because there's a lot of bad teams. I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree with
it's
you.
just
I
like
agree with you. Since there are a lot of bad teams, you got to go with the team that's actually winning the close ones. Even if they aren't great, if they're
exactly.
winning the close ones, you got to go with them. So I agree with you, and I agree with putting them over Alabama, considering how bad that Florida State loss was.
Yeah, 100%. I guess what Georgia's at 5, Ole
Deserved,
Miss at
deserved
6.
placement. That comeback victory against Tennessee was hard earned. The Florida win this last week was pretty scrappy. I like Georgia at 5. They're not top 4, but that's a good placement.
Yeah, and then Ole Miss at 6. They're the last team in for the SEC. Um, so I mean that's not bad.
Oh,
You know
no,
they've
that's great. That's great.
they're in a safe spot right
They
now.
are.
Um, see here, BYU in, they're still undefeated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
BYU, I mean, I guess good for the Mormons. You sometimes you just gotta you gotta throw a bone. But yeah, BYU strength of schedule has been non-existent. But yeah, I mean they are winning again, considering the number of iffy to bad teams, you gotta go with the team that's winning the games, right? So even though I
for
think
sure.
BYU would get absolutely slaughtered in the playoff game, I mean, you can't tell me that they don't deserve at least an opportunity. So
Yeah,
they
100%.
belong.
Yeah, and then you got Texas Tech at 8, which they play BYU next week, so this is gonna get shaken up anyway.
Yeah, that's a big game.
Oregon at 9. Oregon at 9.
Honestly, deserved. That Penn State loss isn't
Yeah.
looking great. Um, excuse me, that Penn State win is not looking great right now. I mean, I think that's an appropriate place for Oregon. I mean, that's crazy to say, but I think it's true.
No, I mean I agree, man. Yeah, they won in overtime on a, fluke I guess not a fluke interception because we've seen it before, but
Yeah.
I mean they won on interception and then they lost to Indiana the next week. So it's like it's not too crazy. Let's see here. Notre Dame at 10. That's not terrible.
No.
Virginia, the first ACC team in the mix here at 11. And then you got Memphis at 12, which I mean, yeah, you gotta toss them in there, I guess.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
yeah, out of the playoffs right now, Texas, they're the first team out. Deserved. They shouldn't be in until they do something.
Well,
Um,
actually, I'm seeing on the playoff website here that Texas is 11. Um,
oh,
yeah, yeah, that's what it's right. I'm right on the college football playoff website, and they have Texas at 11.
huh.
Um, as for I mean Texas being in, I mean those two losses were not very good, guys. I don't know why we're drinking the Texas milkshake, but I mean they did improve this past week. We will talk about them later in the show. And then I have Oklahoma at 12. And I mean,
I don't know what
sure, why not? They'll get killed
huh.
too. Oklahoma will get
You're on the
what?
I don't yeah, I'm on ESPN, but
Oh,
I got
I'm on the
Memphis.
college football playoff website. So
Huh. All right. Well,
I don't know if
interesting.
yeah, we're both looking at good sources, guys. We're trying. Um,
Yeah.
I have Virginia at 14. And even on my ranking, Virginia's the first ACC team. And they're at
Yeah.
14. Just shows we've
Okay.
discussed this in the past. The ACC is a joke. Let's just be honest. They're not very competitive. Um,
Especially this year, they look terrible this year.
they really do. And I mean the Big 12 is having, relatively decent season. I mean BYU and Texas Tech are respectable teams. But no, neither of those teams is gonna go far. I
No.
mean, we live in the Big Ten and SEC world, man. We are. Let's just, and it will remain that way for a while. Um, yeah, I mean, Georgia Tech and Miami still being ranked. We'll talk about both of them later, but Iowa being ranked. There's not. I'm gonna make a statement here, Eric. There's nothing worse than being an Iowa Hawkeye football fan. And you know why? Because they're always okay. They never ever take the next step. They're never so bad that you can just ignore them. I mean, they're just stuck in purgatory. I mean, it's awful. Think about it. Like being an Iowa
Yeah.
Hawkeye football fan is misery. I mean, am I wrong?
No.
It's terrible. And then guys, this is the last one I really wanted to talk about. Pitt fans rejoice. You sons of bitches are ranked. That is unreal considering how how many players they've had to cycle through with injury and people getting benched. And I mean it's been a nightmare in terms of roster construction this season, but I'll be damned, man. They're getting results. I mean, you got to give Pitt football some credit. I mean, they've been all over the place since that ACC title, and we've a title that they didn't really completely do on their own. I mean, they had to lean on Uiagalelei being a dud for Clemson. Um, but yeah, man, let's give the props to Pitt football. I think they
Yeah, for
deserve it.
sure. I mean, Mason Hinshaw's been playing out of his mind, but I mean, we saw the same thing last year. So,
Yeah,
they go undefeated and well, they're not even undefeated right now, but they get 7 wins and then they start falling off a cliff and their schedule doesn't get any easier with Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, and Miami. Yeah, those teams. I mean, but aside from Notre Dame, honestly, even Notre Dame. Yeah, I mean, those teams aren't great, but they're gonna lose anyway, so they might win one of those games. They're not gonna be in the playoffs,
yeah,
so it doesn't really matter. They're gonna be unranked by the end of the year.
yep,
Um,
they will
and
be.
then yeah, so yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. They're going to win one of those three, probably Miami because Miami's at home. Um, I think last game of the season, the fans will be a little more into it. Um, I think they choke against Notre Dame, even though that game's also at Acrisure. And then Georgia Tech. I mean, they're still a solid team. So, um,
yeah, and then
yeah.
another team ranked is USC.
I don't understand why we're. Does the committee just want to constantly suck off Lincoln Riley? What does this man do? Can someone point me to like a lot of success? He had a couple Big 12 championships when the Big 12 was a joke. Like, I'm sorry, but his Big 12 titles when he was the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners are not that impressive to me when you look at his competition. Okay? Texas was bad when he did that, guys. He didn't have a lot of competition. So I don't want to I can't take USC seriously. I can't take Lincoln Riley seriously. I
Yeah,
just
it's
can't.
hard,
I'm
and
sorry.
I mean they look okay this year, but it's nothing. I mean they have some ranked wins, but
Yeah.
I mean it's nothing. They're nothing crazy. They're 6-2, so.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going anywhere anyway, but just
I'm
another thing
not
to point out,
no.
they weren't ranked, so.
Yeah, I'm not buying that stock. I refuse. Michigan, I have them ranked 21. I don't know what ESPN says for Eric, but I have them at 21. This is a team that is, again, as we said, on their way up post Harbaugh, but I thought they'd be farther along than they are. There's still some work to do, but I think Sharon Moore is on the right path with them. Um, that's kind of it. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of all I have to say on Michigan. I feel they kind of belong there, and I think they're on their way up. So
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they did almost lose this past week to Purdue, which that would've been a
that would have been
horrible
a
loss.
disaster. Yeah.
Um, I mean, yeah, I guess they're on their way up. It's a tough when you have an interim head coach. It's hard to win games, but,
And they need a
I'm
quarterback.
right, yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But okay. Those are all the big takeaways. I feel the big one is probably A&M at 3 and then Pitt being ranked. That's still surreal to me. But yeah, pretty solid ranking in week 1. We'll see where the committee goes. We're probably not going to do this every single week. We just wanted to do it for week 1. Um, and yeah, we'll see how the committee decides. They always make some weird different choices from the AP poll.
Yeah,
The Associated Press always has a very different ranking from the playoff committee. So maybe that's
yeah, 100%.
I guess it's always interesting to see the discrepancies there. Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah, the A people tends to be a little bit more biased,
oh yeah, oh yeah. They're the
which
kind of people who would put Alabama over A&M. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah, right, which I think is it's stupid. I mean, you can't and, like, that's supposed to be, like, the best rankings out, and that's who is coming up with these rankings for, you know, for years now, and it's just it's stupid. Just let the playoff committee do it the entire season.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Okay. That's all I have on that. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, guys. So now we're finally moving on to the games. First game up. Yeah, it's not a big game. We recognize that. We try to do big games on this show. This isn't a big one. We're not going to lie. However, it's our two teams playing off against each other. We had to talk about it. Eric, what was going on with the Penn State Nittany Lions visiting the Ohio State Buckeyes?
All right, so Ohio State beats Penn State 38-14 in a just all out massacre. Uh, this was ugly for Penn State.
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah, I mean they started out hot, man. With Katron Allen, Nick Singleton just started running all over them, and then some halftime adjustments were made, or something went wrong. Maybe um, you know, Terry Smith slipped on a banana peel or something,
Yeah.
and they just lost all that momentum.
Yeah.
Ethan Grunkemeyer is horrible. Oh my goodness, he looked so bad, missing so many open wide receivers. Went 19 for 28, 145 yards, 0 touchdowns, and an interception, which was that interception was actually interesting because right before that play, Caleb Downs questionable targeting call, I guess, or controversial. He definitely led with his head and 100% targeting. He got away with one, then gets a pick the next play.
Sure.
Um, no, but yeah, man, it started out hot, for Penn State on the ground, and then they just hit a brick wall, and it's hard. It definitely is hard, I mean, they've lost 9 straight now against Ohio State, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's ugly that they miss Saquon for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You were there. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I was. It was an awesome atmosphere, man. Even though Penn State is having kind of a down year this year, it was still the atmosphere was through the roof. 105,000 people there, blackout. Wish the team wore black, but it's okay. Because their black uniforms are pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
They're one of the better
but yeah,
alternate uniforms in the sport. The
yeah,
Buckeyes.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but I mean, it was still electric. They were making it tough on him. You could tell. Penn State couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Which is why they were running the ball so much the first half, and it was working for them. I don't know why they abandoned it. But yeah, I mean, it was an awesome atmosphere, super fun.
That's cool. That's cool. I knew you'd have a good time. I
Yeah,
guess, yeah. Not much to say on Ohio State other than they're so freaking physical that you're just gonna get worn down. I think that's honestly what happened at halftime, man. Penn State just ran out of steam. Like the players that James Franklin recruited are very physical. And as we saw in that first half, they were able to keep up with Ohio State for one half, 2 quarters, and then they just ran out of steam. I mean, it happens. I would not even think. I hope that no one is ripping Ohio State for being close with Penn State at halftime. Every team has a half where they're on par and playing down the competition. So I don't, at half, I didn't even blink an eye. I wasn't even like, oh my God, guys, Penn State might pull off the upset. No, they were never going to pull it off because they just didn't have the stamina that Ohio State did. I agree with you. Grunkemeier's a mess. Let's be fair. Going into Columbus as a backup QB is really hard. Um,
yeah,
but it just didn't work out. Nick Singleton, what a regression. It's hard to believe it's the same running back. I mean, they paid a fortune to keep him and Allen there, and that is now looking like a very, very poor investment on the part of the athletic director Pat Kraft. Just really, really bad all the way around. Yeah, man, I don't know. 0-5 in conference play. They're 0-5 against Big Ten teams. At this point, after they lose next week to Indiana, they're just gonna have to choke one more game, and they will no longer be bowl eligible. Which is what we all kind of expected after that Northwestern loss. Um, Yeah, man. I'm just so apathetic towards this team. I don't know. The only reason I have to talk about it is because I do this show with you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even watched.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm happy for you though. Even though you're a nauseating, disgusting Buckeye fan, I am happy that you got to go into that atmosphere and enjoy a game because it is a really, really cool place to watch a football game, and I want to go there one day. I really do. Um, it
Yeah,
was,
yeah, I mean, it was cool. Um,
yeah,
yeah, but yeah, Nick Singleton, man, he huge regression. He only had 18 yards. He had a touchdown, which I guess is cool, but who cares? I mean, you lost 14 to
yeah.
38.
Who cares?
I mean, he led the team in receiving with 28 yards as well, which is unreal.
28 yards is the receiving as the leading receiver. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
That's not it's awful.
Um, good.
Yeah, just a mess.
Yeah. So yeah, horrible. You know, and they allowed 4 sacks as well. I mean, it's just nothing was good for Penn State. First half was good, but second half was horrible. As far as Ohio State goes, I mean, they're the number one team in the country, but Julian Sand looks really good. He only had 3 incompletions, which 2 were just throwaways, and then 1 he got a little bit like borderline roughing the passer call. So he had more touchdowns than incompletions. Um,
Excellent,
Bo Jackson,
excellent.
yeah, Bo Jackson, 13 carries, 105 yards, and Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, 2 best receivers in college football.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
They're both so good.
I mean, Carnell Tate, man, he's really special. You know, Jeremiah Smith gets a lot of love, but Carnell Tate, I mean, he's going to be a high first round pick.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he's going top five.
yeah, 100%. So, and he's going to be good in the league.
He will
So,
be. I
yeah,
agree.
I'm
He's
excited.
so good. He's so good. He really is.
And I mean, Ohio State, man, they're just so deep. I mean, their defense is so good as well with, you know, Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, Davison Igbinosun. I mean, it goes on and on. We could talk about them and, you know, their team for a while.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just unreal and good game. I mean, I guess it's a good win. It's technically a rivalry game for Penn State,
yeah,
so good job there. Um, yeah, I mean, as far as the rest of their schedule goes, it's pretty easy. They got Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers, and Michigan.
yeah,
So
yeah,
in Ann Arbor, so that's going to be a physical game.
yeah.
But I mean, as far as the rest of their schedule goes, they'll win out, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Ohio State, we can kind of put a pin in them until we talk about Michigan.
Yeah.
For that last week of the regular season, and until then, yeah, they are without a doubt the best team. If they don't win the national championship, I would honestly be stunned. I really would be, and I don't. I think they're that good, man. I really do. They're
No,
just
100%. I mean, I don't think
so
it's crazy to call that to even say that right now
yeah,
because, like, I mean, they haven't done anything that's bad. I mean, you know, their really only close game was Texas, and that was week 1.
yeah,
So when, you know, they were kinda working out the kinks still, they killed Illinois, who was ranked, I think, 16th at the time,
just
and just killed a
absolutely
physical
massive.
Wisconsin team as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, this is the most complete team in college football. They look really good, and, yeah, I don't think it's too crazy to say, national championship odds are way up.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're such a good team. So yeah, we'll put a pin in them until the game, and we'll talk about them then. As for Penn State, we will not talk about you for the rest of the year. Goodbye. Although we will talk about them in the news roundup, I'm sure, because they will be hiring a head coach. We're obviously going to have to talk about that. I've heard Jeff Brohm's name around. Um, I have some sources on the board of trustees that regarding Urban Meyer discussions that didn't really work out. I don't, the school's not going to talk about that publicly, obviously, but yeah, they talked to Urban Meyer, it didn't work out. I mean, how would you have felt if they had hired Urban Meyer? They're not going to, so we can talk about this hypothetically. What would you, what
Yeah.
would you have done, man?
Oh, man, that would've been crazy.
Yeah.
Um, he was actually at that game.
Was he
He was at
really?
the Ohio State game. Yeah, he got inducted into the Hall of Fame,
Well, of
so
course he did. Of course.
for Ohio State. Yeah, I mean, that would've been crazy, and, I mean, I guess it's a good shot,
Yeah.
but, Um, yeah, that would have been nuts.
I will say this. So apparently, now this was a report from one of those national radio hosts. I'm blanking on his name. This wasn't from the guys that I have on the my sources, but apparently they asked Urban about NIL, and he didn't have a good answer. And I'm not surprised, dude. I mean, he left before NIL was a thing. I mean, he wouldn't know.
No, yeah,
So I mean, it just shows you how important that is now and how important NIL and transfer portals are because an objectively great coach like Urban Meyer can't get a job at a big time program because he doesn't know how to use it. I mean
exactly.
that's a big deal. Um so yeah, Urban Meyer's
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I mean, we
Go on. Go on, yeah.
yeah, I mean, we keep talking about, NIL, and like you just said, I mean, you could hire the biggest name in sports. You can hire Nick Saban. Now he'd probably be able to know how to use it because Alabama was. There's been some speculation of them paying guys before NIL, but who? I
They
mean,
did with
who cares?
Tua, man. They gave
Yeah,
dude, they gave the Tagovailoas a house in Alabama, and both of Tua's parents got jobs. You don't need to be Sherlock to figure out what was going on there. Okay,
right.
he is one of the best coaches of all time, but let's just be honest. Okay, let come on, we know.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's a different game now, man. I mean, yeah, Urban Meyer, he could get hired but he could really stink it up because he doesn't know how to use NIL. I mean, he's an old school coach.
Yeah,
Yeah, guys are willing going to play for him, of course. But if they don't know how to use NIL, they're going to lose out on a lot of guys, a lot of recruits, and they could come back to bite them. So yeah, I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, like you said, he has no idea how to use
yeah,
NIL because he didn't have to. I mean, he didn't have to know.
exactly.
So you can't really blame the guy because I mean, it's a whole different world now,
It really.
and I feel like it's really tough to be a coach right now in college football with the NIL.
And I think I would argue that it's even harder to be an old school coach and adjust.
Yes,
I mean,
100%.
look
Yeah,
at Mike
sure.
Gundy. Mike Gundy couldn't make the transition. He's out. Brian Kelly couldn't make the transition completely. He's out. I mean, you're seeing coaches really suffer for not being able to convert to the new ways.
Yeah,
It's
for
really
sure.
hard. And so we'll see who Penn State ends up getting. I'm hearing Jeff Brohm's name. I'm hearing Brian Hartline's name. That would be a big loss for Ohio State, boy. If they lose Brian Hartline, they better be offering Hartline like a private house, like a house on campus, a private jet. Do anything you can to keep that man. Because, I mean, think about it. He's the one who was largely responsible for recruiting all these amazing receivers. If you lose him, then Day's going to have to find someone who's as good as Hartline with recruiting, and that's going to be so freaking hard. So, yeah, we'll see who Penn State ends up getting. Whoever it's going to be, it's going to end up being a risk. Um, but we'll talk about it when we need to. But anyway, as for Penn State, yeah, until they make that hire, I'm not going to say their name. I will not mention their name because they're just completely irrelevant and they're not worth our time if we're being just very blunt.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's all I have on this game. This miserable,
Yep.
unwatchable,
Great game.
dumpster fire of a game,
Uh, what a great game.
awful game, just terrible, just brutal. Um, okay, yeah. So, next game up, number 8, Georgia Tech visiting NC State. Eric, what was going on?
Yeah, Georgia Tech loses in a big way, 36-48 against NC State. This is a terrible loss.
Yeah,
Haynes King was in the Heisman talks coming into this game. Not, I mean, coming into this game, but like the whole year. Just because of what he's been
he had a
doing.
great game. It's not his fault.
No, not at all. It's really the defense. I mean, you can't let up 48 points and expect to win, and especially to NC State, man. CJ Bailey, he's not bad, but he's not that good.
Yeah,
He had 340 yards and 2 touchdowns to NC State quarterback. But they controlled the game on the ground really nicely. Jaden Scott, 196 yards on 24 carries and a touchdown.
yeah. What a
I mean,
game.
that's elite level stuff. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, but and then Haynes King, once again, we've been seeing that all year, leading the team in rushing,
Yeah.
20 carries, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. So he had an amazing game.
Over 100, over
Um,
500 yards of total offense. Remarkable.
Yeah. Yeah, and just him. I mean, it's unreal.
So good.
He's a great quarterback doing special stuff for this program.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a definitely a bad loss. I mean, this defense has to figure things out if they wanna really do anything, but, yeah, it's not Haynes' fault.
Yeah, I mean, this defense has been a little inconsistent. They gave up 20 to a bad Colorado team. They gave up 21 to a bad Clemson team. They gave up 29 to a not a very good Wake Forest team. I mean, I, that, the,
24
the,
Temple.
yeah, 24 to Temple, 20 to Virginia Tech. Oh my God. Like you
Yeah.
need to hold Virginia Tech to less than 14. I'm sorry. Like their defense has been really sketchy, but Haynes King has had such a good year that wasn't really a problem. Um and when you have a player like Jaden Scott that has an amazing game, that's enough to overcome the Haynes King. And that's what happened with NC State. They were 1-3 in conference play, in ACC play going into that game. You cannot give up 48 points to them. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You
no.
do it.
Yeah, NC State is I mean, they're horrible, man.
Yeah.
This is a huge win for them, but I mean, they've lost to Virginia Tech, Duke, who's not terrible, I guess. I mean, this past week they just got destroyed by Pitt.
Yeah.
They also lost to Notre Dame, which is okay, I guess it's acceptable. But I mean, this is a huge turnaround right here, man, because they have some bad losses on their resume right now.
Yeah.
This is a great win. Offense played lights out. Defense, I mean, it's tough to win to hold Georgia Tech because their offense has been on fire as of late. And like you said, I mean, they've been letting up a lot of points, but it's been okay because their offense is, so productive and playing so good. But right when you get an offense that can score right back and it's a little tennis match here, then
Yeah.
that's when it gets a little shaky.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%, man. 100%. I just it's really it's really bad. Really bad loss. And this is the kind of loss that really look at Penn State. God damn it. I just said I wouldn't talk about them. I mean that that loss to Oregon really kind of defined the season for them in a way, right? I mean, it set the tone for their mentality moving forward, and Georgia Tech better be very careful that doesn't happen to them because I think it's very, very possible for that to happen. So if they're smart, then they play this safe and they play it slow and they really take this week to get their get their heads on straight. They have a bye week. Use this bye week, Georgia Tech. Use this bye week well and go into Boston College ready to throw down. And you should be okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, as far as their schedule goes for Georgia Tech, it's Boston College, Pitt, and then Georgia. Um,
Georgia will
so that mean what?
Georgia will beat them based on what I saw this past week.
Yeah, dude, this game, I mean, it might be 52-50. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
this
that
is
that Georgia Tech game. I just said last week that Georgia Tech had a chance of beating them, or I think I said that 2 weeks ago. My apologies, but yeah, I agree with you, man. That game is going to be a high scoring juggernaut. It is going to be a
yeah,
just it'll be a really fun game to watch. You can be sure we're going to be talking about that game in a couple weeks because that's going to be a fun game to watch.
yeah. Georgia's defense way better than Georgia Tech's by far. I mean, they've played higher opponents, but they've had some close games with some interesting opponents. Georgia has with Tennessee, Florida, and
Yeah, definitely.
Alabama, I guess. But yeah, man, that's gonna be a great game. But as far as Georgia Tech goes, I mean, they'll probably honestly win out. Um, and then just get ready for that big game against Georgia, man. So that's gonna be fun to watch.
It will be 100%. So yeah, I guess my takeaway is just clean up the defense a little bit and you're fine because Haynes King, if he was on a higher profile team than Georgia Tech, he would be the front runner for the Heisman. He probably won't even get nominated, which is a damn shame. Um, but that's just the bias of the voting bodies there. We all know that there's bias there. We don't need to go into that. But yeah, what a year for him. Um, yeah, that game against Georgia is going to be crazy. Really, really crazy.
Yeah, and then as far as Georgia Tech, they're still ACC championship favorites.
Yeah, and they'll win it probably.
Yeah. Yeah, the ACC is horrible this year,
Yeah,
man.
you really only have
Uh,
Virginia, right? I mean,
yeah, even Miami's out of the equation now,
true.
especially now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, that's all I have on that game. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, guys, next game up, we have the Vanderbilt Commodores, number 9 Vanderbilt, playing number 20 Texas. Eric, what was going on there?
Yeah, Vanderbilt loses 31-34 in a great game to Texas on the road.
Yeah.
Arch Manning, I guess, kind of the talk here. He finally has a good game, and
Yeah.
this is actually the best game he's had all year.
Uh-huh.
25 for 33, 328 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, come on, man. Still not buying into his stock, but that's a good game. And I mean, we've seen it. We know what Diego Pavia can do.
Yeah.
All year he's been solid. 27 for 38, 365 yards, 3 touchdowns there too. Great game from these quarterbacks, man. They really commanded the game well. Um, the only reason Texas didn't score more was because of Quintravian Witzner. 18 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. That's good. That's enough to get you by, but
Yeah.
I mean, you got to play better than that. And then Diego Pavia leading the rushing for Vanderbilt with 43 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
had no run game.
just Diego Pavia's a real game commander, man.
He is. He is. And again, I cannot underestimate uh Arch Manning, man. I was shocked, to be honest with you. I was expecting him to choke again. I think we both were.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the best game he has had at the collegiate level. I'm willing to say that. He really commanded the pocket well. He made a couple small mistakes, but nothing game breaking. He made the passes when he needed to, and he didn't throw a pick. I mean, he really played a complete game. I'm proud of him. I'm like a proud father, you know. So yeah, I'm surprised. He last week was a good game. This week he's on a bit of a stretch now. I do agree with you. I'm not fully buying into the stock, but we got to be honest, man. These last 2 weeks have been really, really solid for him. It looks like it has the potential for him to really turn a corner. Which is a big deal because I really didn't think earlier in the year that he was capable of that. As for Pavia, I mean, he kind of did what we knew he could do. I don't know. I mean, he played well. It's not his fault that they lost. He always gives it his all. He commands the pocket well. He makes a few more mistakes than Manning does, but again, nothing game breaking. I don't know if he'll make it in the pros. I'm guessing no, to be honest with you. But yeah, as the hero of Vanderbilt, it's a great story. You know, you gotta give it out to him. The fan base loves and adores him. Um, yeah, I guess that's kind of it on Pavia. There's not much new there, you know.
No, definitely not. I mean, the fact that they even scored 31 points was really impressive against. I mean, not really anymore, but they were the best, one of the best defenses in the league. Not really anymore, but
Yeah,
I mean, they still sacked them 6 times, and he scored 31 points, and they only punted twice. Texas only punted once too. That's a great game there for them. But yeah, man, like that really impressed me. I mean, when you allow 6 sacks, you don't expect to win or sorry lose by only 3 and only punt twice. And they also had a fumble too. So I mean, they Vanderbilt made some mistakes, and that's honestly really the only reason they lost.
yeah, 100%. And the sad part is, I guess not the sad part, but the frustrating part for Vanderbilt fans is mistakes kind of happen. You really can't prepare for those. You can't just point to one thing with Vanderbilt and say, "Oh, that's the problem." I don't think you
Right.
can really do that with Vanderbilt. I don't think you can point me to one specific thing, and say, "Oh my God, that's the critical flaw."
Right.
They're a very solid team, but they just are unable to take the next step. That's just the reality. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, good for them. I still think that they have an outside shot at the playoff. They only have 2 losses. Um, but if they are able to sneak in somehow, It'll probably be a very much an uphill battle, and I don't see them going far. I do think they'll win out. They'll beat Auburn, they'll beat Kentucky, and they will beat Tennessee. But they're going to have to, I think, win all those games in sizable fashion to sneak into the 11 or 12 spot. And we'll see if they can.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, you just said Vanderbilt's schedule there for as far as Texas goes. It's Georgia, Arkansas, and A&M.
Yeah, brutal.
So
Georgia and A&M. Oof.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So good for Arch Manning, though. I really was
Yeah.
impressed with him. I really was.
Yeah, no, yeah, we've been giving him a lot of heat
Yeah.
this year.
We-
Well, I mean, even on this show, and everybody has.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes in as a 5-star recruit, and is supposed to be one of the best in the game. Last year he sits behind Quinn Ewers, and he kind of stinks it up these, honestly, like the first month or two, like month and a half.
Yeah.
But he's really turned around nicely. Really impressive stuff from him, and yeah, I'm excited to see him going forward.
We'll see if he
It's a
can
big
maintain the
week.
momentum. That's going to be a big
Yeah,
question mark.
yeah. I mean, at this point, I kind of feel bad for him. So,
Yeah.
and I'm just rooting for him at this
Yeah.
point, man.
Yeah. Especially with Texas not really being a factor in the overall conversation
Right.
at this point. Like, let's just see what you got, Arch, See what you
Yeah.
got.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have on that game. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, guys, upset of the week. Number 10, Miami visiting unranked SMU. Eric, what was going on there?
Yeah, Miami loses in overtime, 20-26. They drop down to 18 in the AP poll.
Yeah.
Carson Beck's looked horrible these past 2 weeks.
Another overtime
I
interception.
guess.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, are we serious? He is unreal.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Just looks like his old self at Georgia. He had 26 for 38, 274 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You're not going to win a game like that. They miss Cam Ward. SMU Kevin Jennings, 29 for 44, 365 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. Solid game. And we say this week in, week out, if you throw the ball 40 times, you should have over 300 yards, and he did. That's good.
Yep.
Jordan Hudson, 11 receptions, 136 yards, no touchdowns, but that's a game-changing chain mover type of game
100%.
just to keep the drives alive. Great win for SMU. Horrible loss for Miami, man.
Brutal.
This is probably the worst loss of the year for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
Besides that Louisville game, because Louisville's not even that bad. They're actually ranked higher than Miami right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Carson Beck he's really started to decline this past month. So.
Yeah, this is a program killing loss, man. I think their season's over. I know they only have 2 losses. I recognize that, but they don't have the big time victories to make up for that. I mean, they did beat Notre Dame week 1, which was noticeable, right? That was a big big deal. Notre Dame looks really, really solid right now. They don't look elite though. And then their other big victories are against South Florida and Florida State. I mean, come on,
Right.
Florida State's been in a tailspin ever since. Louisville is again pretty good, but that was a loss. And then you got looking ahead, they have Syracuse, NC State, Virginia Tech, and then Pitt, which honestly, again, I don't think Pitt's very good. They have a lot of roster question marks right now, but I mean, Pitt might win that game. I mean, it's really bad for Miami. I don't see them making the playoff, man. I think they're going to choke another game. I think they're going to have 3 losses. I think Beck's going to have another game where they just lose they just lose all their momentum, and yeah, all that goodwill we were giving Mario Cristobal after that Florida State win is just completely gone.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, they've just been like a pulse of a team. Since then they're barely alive. I mean, it's just terrible. Yeah, ever since that Florida State win, which wasn't even that good.
Wow.
Carson Beck didn't even look that good in that game.
Correct.
He had 4 touchdowns, but he only had 241 yards. And that's just because Malachi Toney, he's a game changer.
Yeah.
You know, in this game, especially from Malachi Tony, I want to see way more production. I want to see over 100 yards receiving.
Yeah.
He had 70 yards for 9 receptions. If you have 9 receptions, you should be getting over 100 yards. So yeah, I mean, it's just this is a horrible loss. Carson Beck, um, not sucks, but he's back to his
Grossly,
old self.
grossly, grossly overrated.
Oh yeah, man, he was getting so much hype this year.
Yep.
You know, coming into the year, because I mean, they honestly, they had, I mean, that's a good win against Notre Dame. You got to give them credit
It
there.
is.
But then their next best win is South Florida, like you said. That's not good at all.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when South Florida wasn't terrible, I guess, but now they suck, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Carson Beck, he hasn't beat anybody except Notre Dame that week 1, and now with 2 losses, when you only beat one ranked team, that's not gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're probably done. Even if they win out, their strength of schedule, like you said, isn't good. I think they also lose to Pitt. Yeah, and then that's a good win for SMU. They were in the playoffs last year, but they've really also declined this year. Have been losing a lot of games to teams that they really should be winning against. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't think there's too much to really evaluate from Miami. I mean, they're really
Oh,
they're really I really do believe the season's over. I don't think they have the wins to support a playoff berth.
I agree, man. I mean, unless they somehow, unless they beat Pitt by like 50,
Yeah,
maybe they can squeak in, just maybe. But even so, I still think Georgia Tech beats them in the championship anyway. So,
agreed. 100%.
so yeah, I mean, they're probably done, man. Which is crazy to say because they were having such a good year to start out.
Yep.
But yeah, they just don't have the schedule of their resume to put that together. So even if they
Yeah.
do win,
As for SMU, I mean, Rhett Lashley just got extended, and we can see why. I mean, he's not a bad coach. He had a good year last year. They didn't really belong in the playoff, obviously, after that Penn State
yeah,
game. But I mean, they're respectable. He's not a bad coach. Good win for that program. I'm happy for their fans.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's all I have on that game. What about you?
Yep.
Okay, so last game for college this week, guys. We have number 18 Oklahoma visiting number 14 Tennessee. Eric, what was going on there?
Yeah, Oklahoma wins it on the road in Tennessee, 33-27 in a great shootout game.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, man, this was a great game. Tennessee, 3 losses now for them. They moved to 23 in the I guess college football playoff poll, I guess at
Over.
this point.
It's over.
Uh
Goodbye. You're done.
yeah. Oh, it's
Season
done.
over.
It's done. Joey Aguilar, good game, I guess, if you look at his yards, but then you see the 2 picks and you're like, oof, he played terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had 27 points, so they almost win. But that's just because John Mateer didn't play that good through the year. He went 19 for 29, 159 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a pick. The fact they even scored 23 or 33 points is beyond me, and somehow win, that's just unreal.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, Tennessee's got to figure something out. They outplayed them in every category, had more yards than them, had more first downs by 9 first downs. I mean, the fact that they lost this game is unreal.
Yeah.
And it's just because Oklahoma was more physical.
Yeah. I mean, we were saying this earlier in the year, but Tennessee is always the bridesmaid, never the bride, right? They always have a solid team that you can respect, but then the second they play the best of the best, they fold like a house of cards. And what do you know? Their 3 losses are against Georgia, Alabama, and Oklahoma, who just so happen to be the teams that are ranked that they played this year. I wonder if there's a correlation there. Oh wait, of course there is, because Josh Heupel has a ceiling, guys. He's never going to take the next step. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So, I mean, I don't know. Tennessee just kind of reinforced what we thought about them. They
Yeah.
will make some plays, but they're just never going to be able to seal the deal in the end. That's just, they've been doing this all year.
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, Joey Aguilar, he's looked nothing like Nico Iamaleava was.
Yeah. Or
Um,
Hooker. They miss him as well.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, man. I mean, you go down the list of good Tennessee quarterbacks, even I guess Joe Milton Um, but I mean, Nico Hima, he obviously left, but he looked good for Tennessee when he was there. And
Yeah.
Joey Aguilar comes in, kind of stinking it up. They have 3 losses now, which is not good. They're done. Yeah, their season's over, and we already know this. But
Yeah.
I mean, they have some bad losses, and even their wins aren't great. They've taken good teams to close games and even overtime at some points in the season, but this, I mean, they're just not. They can't close out. The only win that they really have that they've played good and closed out was Arkansas, um, which that's not even that good of a win. But they've played so many close games, and just honestly too many to really make a case. If they were winning those games, yeah, sure, you can toss them in there for sure in the conversation. But since they're losing these close ones and they can't finish out, it's definitely not good. Especially this one, man.
Yeah.
This is a really bad loss.
Yeah. Again, as you said, Oklahoma didn't even play well. John Mateer really has not been the same since his injury. You should have
No.
won this game. There's really no excuse. There really, really isn't. I mean, it's a bad loss for them at home. It was the night game. You can't do that. You just can't.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Bad loss.
Yes. As far as Oklahoma's schedule goes, they got Alabama, which they'll probably lose that one if John Mateer plays anything like he has these past couple weeks. Then they have Missouri and then LSU. Man,
Yeah.
yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. It's not gonna be it's not great for them.
It's not gonna be easy.
It's not gonna be easy. We'll see if they can really step it up because I don't know if they can. I really don't. It's gonna be tough. We'll see if they can pull it off.
Yeah.
Brent Venables is super hit or miss. Sometimes I see him do a great coaching job. Sometimes I see him forget how to coach. I mean, it's a flip of the coin with him. So
Yeah, for
we'll see
sure.
if Oklahoma can sneak their way in. It'll be tough, but it is possible.
Yeah, and then as far as I guess Tennessee goes, their season's over already, but
Yeah,
they have New Mexico State, which doesn't help them. Florida, which doesn't help, and then they have Vanderbilt, which they'll probably win that game, but yeah,
yeah,
I don't know, man. Actually, maybe not,
they
but
probably won't.
who cares? Because their season's over anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yep, it's over.
Um,
Goodbye.
yeah, yep. See ya.
Yep, 100%. That's all I have in the game. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, guys, so that is it for the NCAA games this week. Now we have a couple NFL games to talk about, which we really weren't expecting, considering the schedule last week. But some really crazy stuff was happening with these two games. So first, we're going to start off with the Colts, who are visiting the Steelers. Eric, what was going on there?
Yeah, so the Colts visit the Steelers. They lose it 20-27.
That's crazy.
Surprisingly, Daniel Jones played so bad.
Yep.
5 turnovers just hit by himself. They had 6 total. Yeah. Would you say that's the worst game of his career?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw Danny Derp's return. I didn't think we would. We were starting to get used to Indiana Jones, and he reverted from Indiana Jones back to Danny Derps. He's back to what he was. Uh, yeah, man. I mean, look, as I said when we were talking about the trade deadline stuff in the news roundup, I don't think this is a long-term sign for the Colts. I still think they're a really solid team all the way through. But yeah, when you turn the ball over 6 times, I mean, what do you think's going to happen? The more impressive part is that they still scored 20 points. I mean,
Right.
that is an
That was
incredible
sick.
accomplishment considering
Yeah.
that they turned the ball over 6 times. But yeah, man, the Steelers were able to limit Jonathan Taylor to only 45 rushing yards. They were able to get Jones to throw some picks, and Rodgers did just enough to win the game. I mean, it's not a great win considering they had 6 turnovers, but I mean, it was it was a hard earned win. I'm not buying Steelers stock for the record, but yeah, it's a good win. It is good for them.
Yeah, the fact that they only, they turn the ball over 6 times and the Steelers only win by 7.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what are they doing, man? They, I thought they would go get a wide receiver 2 at the trade deadline. They don't.
Nope.
They miss out on Jacoby Myers, and there was some talks about Brian Thomas Jr. coming in as well, which I didn't believe that for a second. DK Metcalf played bad, 2 receptions for 6 yards. Calvin Austin, the third, was their wide receiver 1 in this game. 5 receptions, 56 yards, 0 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's good. I mean, he's super fast,
Mhm.
and he's a good route runner, but he's not a wide receiver 2. Um, and Roman Wilson, even 1 catch for 4 yards, and then he fumbles on that catch. So he's not that good either. Um, yeah. So I mean, as far as they go, not bad. This is a good win, but you have to win by more if you have 6 turnovers. They weren't capitalizing. The fact that they even they let up 20 points. I mean, the defense can only do so much.
Yeah. And keep in
And
mind,
with the Steelers,
please go, please go, please go.
the Steelers defense, they've looked horrible this year.
They have.
So this is a huge game. I thought they were for sure going to lose, to be
Same
honest.
here.
But yeah, I mean, this is a good turnaround. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was saying, I mean, think about the other big victory they have this year was the Patriots, right? They won that game 21-14, and they had 5 turnovers in that game. Okay.
Right.
And so when your 2 big victories against legitimate playoff teams involve getting 5 and 6 turnovers, I'm sorry, but you cannot rely on that in the playoffs. You think Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to turn the ball over 5 times? You
No.
think Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are going to turn the ball over 5 times?
No.
I just you cannot count on that. And the outside of those 2 games, the Steelers defense, let's be honest, has looked awful. Absolutely awful. Awful, awful, awful. They gave up 20 points and they got 6 turnovers. Okay? So I'm not buying into the Steelers at all. And frankly, if you buy into the Steelers, I'm insulted because they have done absolutely nothing to show you that they are a serious football team. I'm sorry, like, they
No.
just aren't. So good win for them. But I mean, it really isn't indicative of immediate success. And by immediate success, I mean, the 2025 season. I think come January, if they are 9-8 and sneak into a playoff spot, they're going to get slaughtered. Because they just don't have the defense. The defense is overpaid and they're largely old. And that's what happens when you have a defense that's
Yes.
overpaid and largely old. You give up 30 points against the good teams. That's just how it happens.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. I don't know. I think too many Steelers fans are just looking at this victory and they're all drinking the Kool-Aid. I saw way too many people type out, hashtag extend Tomlin on Twitter while this game was happening. And it's like, did you watch the Bengals game? Like, did you watch that game? Because I watched that game. And how'd that game go, Eric? How'd that game go out? How'd that turn out?
It was terrible. They lost.
That's
by
right.
2,
They
32.
lost to an awful Bengals team that has no quarterback. I mean, I just
Whoa, hey man.
Joe
I
Flacco
don't
doesn't
know.
count. Joe Flacco does not count as a quarterback. I do not include Joe Flacco starting in 2025 is not a valid answer. You cannot.
I don't know. Do you see that game he just had? Did you see that game he just had?
Sure, whatever. Okay, I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid either. This is an episode. This is the episode of Catching the Facts where we don't drink the Kool-Aid. I don't know, man. I just more of the story. Do not buy into the Steelers, please. Please, viewers, listeners, please do not drink that Kool-Aid. They really are not good enough to beat the best teams in the AFC. They're not. They're just not. Okay.
No, definitely not. I mean,
I'm out.
when Lamar was out, Joe Burrow was out, and Joe Flacco was still the quarterback of the Browns, that's when they really needed to make that push and win a lot and get a good cushion of maybe 2-3 games, and they didn't. Even when Joe Flacco went to the Bengals and then played the Steelers the week that he got traded, bad loss, then they dropped, one to the Packers, and honestly, they probably should have lost this Colts game too if their defense didn't play so good. They missed out on that big push and that big swing to win the AFC North.
Yep.
And they're not going to. I mean, it's going to be, the Ravens look really good right now. The Bengals even look really good right now. Not really good, but they look okay. Better than the Steelers do, obviously. I think the Bengals will still beat the Steelers in 2 weeks whenever they play them.
Sure.
So yeah, but I mean, as far as the Steelers goes, What they got the Chargers, Bengals, Bears the next 3 weeks, and the Bills. Yeah, that's bad. They,
Yeah. Not
man,
good.
they might drop, maybe 3 of those games right there.
Yeah. 100% agree. 100% agree. The best case scenario for the Steelers, dude, is that they finish with the losing record, so I have to stop, so that I can stop hearing about this stupid Tomlin winning streak,
So
winning
yeah, oh,
season
that's the
streak.
dumbest thing ever.
I'm sick of it.
It's
I'm done.
oh, he's never had a losing season, but
Yeah,
they're not doing anything right now. I mean, they haven't done anything in years.
exactly.
They haven't even been past the first round. So, like, who cares? Yeah, you can have, you know, all the regular season accolades you want. He doesn't show up when it matters. Who cares?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, as far as the Colts go, they look good. Like you said, this is just a bump in the road. They'll be fine, and even their schedule doesn't look too bad. So yeah, they'll make the playoffs for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay, that's
Yeah,
all I have on that game. What about you?
yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, guys, last game of the week, we have the Kansas City Chiefs visiting the Buffalo Bills. Eric, what was going on there?
Yeah, so the Bills win it 28-21 against the Chiefs at home, and I mean, it just keeps pushing that narrative of Josh Allen beating Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, but we'll see what happens when come playoff time.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, I mean, of course Josh Allen played good, 23 for 26, 273 yards and a touchdown.
Two rushing
And then James Cook,
touchdowns.
what?
Two rushing touchdowns as well for Josh Allen.
Right, exactly.
Great game.
And then James Cook obviously played good, no touchdowns, but still at 114 yards. If they really want to, beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, they need receivers. Um, I mean, Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman, they're not bad. They're not elite, obviously, at all. I mean, they're young. They're really young. So it's especially Keon, it's tough.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't take this team seriously until they beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I'm
right.
at the
Yeah,
point with
exactly.
Buffalo where I recognize that Josh Allen is a Hall of Fame caliber talent, but he can literally move heaven and earth. Um, he can't do it all on his own. I think not making a move for a receiver at this year's deadline is a colossal miscalculation on the part of the Buffalo
Yeah.
Bills. I don't know what they were thinking. It's just awful, awful move, or I guess awful non-move.
Yeah, it sucks, man. As far as the Chiefs go, I mean, we know they're good. This loss isn't it's bad, but they'll end up, finishing, they'll be fine.
Yeah,
They do it every year. Who
they
cares?
haven't been great on the road this year, which is noticeable.
No. Yeah,
However, even though they're not going to have home field advantage this season, uh, it doesn't matter. Mahomes always shows up in the playoffs. I have never seen him in a big game come up small. Never,
exactly.
never.
No, 100. And he's gonna show up, and especially with all his receivers back. Rashid Rice comes back out of suspension. Obviously, he's looked good. He had 4 receptions for 80 yards, no touchdowns, but he's definitely the missing piece that they were kind of looking for this whole season. Um, he has 3 touchdowns on the year, but he's only been in 3. He's only played in 3 games. So yeah,
Yeah, man. I thought it was it was a pretty fun game, but again, we've seen the Bills do this before, so it was just hard to get really jazzed up about it, you know?
yeah, for sure. And like you said, them not making a move is at the trade deadline bad. With all their wide receiver issues, and even the D line issues that they've had. With the all the injuries they got. Um, it hurts. They kind of missed out on Rashid Shaheed. He goes to the Seahawks. So I mean, and that would have been a good piece for them. Yeah, he's not like a game changer, but he's honestly like touchdown or bust kind of guy. He's either going to get a touchdown and get you like 50 yards, or he's only going to get you like 50 yards. So it's but not bad. Good win, I guess, but it's not that big of a deal because they're going to lose to him anyway in the playoffs. So
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I wish I had more to say on this one, but I've seen
yeah,
this game with the Bills before. I just can't
yeah,
I
every year.
can't read into it. Man,
I mean, it's the same story.
it really is. It really is.
I mean, it is funny, yeah,
It is
but
funny. It is. It's hilarious. Um,
just like
but you can only do so much with it. Okay,
yeah,
that's all I have on that
yeah,
game. What about you?
yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, guys, so that is it for this episode of Catching the Facts here on the Catching the Facts official podcast network. Looking ahead to next week, there aren't a ton of interesting games. Did you know I was invited to the Indiana Penn State game?
Oh,
I
really?
was, to which I said, "Oh hell no," because
Yeah.
I was, I already had to suffer through Northwestern. I'm not watching that. Um, so in terms of
I mean, you got
yeah,
BYU, Texas Tech, A&M, Missouri.
BYU, Texas Tech, that's going to be a big game. That the Big 12 is hanging in the balance with that one, guys. So,
Yeah,
that's definitely the biggest college game next week. A&M and Missouri. I mean, Missouri's okay, but we'll see if A&M. We were just talking about them having a lot of close victories this year. Can they finally have a
yeah,
decisive blowout victory against a ranked team? That'll be really interesting. I also think Oregon Iowa's pretty interesting. I was just making fun of Iowa, but this isn't a game. This game isn't about Iowa. This is about Oregon. Can they
yeah,
again? Can they have a decisive victory against a ranked opponent on the road where they are unequivocally dominant from start to finish? Because if they are, then I think you can make a case for them even being sixth in the country, like that high.
right.
Because they have the raw talent to be that high, but they've just had some shaky performances ever since Penn State. So I think Iowa's going to be a big game for them just to prove that they are a dominant team.
Yep.
As for the rest of college, there really isn't anything. As for the NFL, there really aren't a ton of great games. I mean, Ravens Vikings should be at least watchable considering the JJ McCarthy and Lamar Jackson are both back from injury, so maybe that game will end up being a pretty competitive game. Patriots
Yep, Patriots,
Yeah,
Bucks, yeah, that's
Patriots Bucks should be fascinating. So the NFL
the
might
most captivating.
have some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Rams Niners should be pretty good. Uh,
Yeah, there's actually some good games this week, but surprisingly.
yeah, Eagles Packers even should be solid. So yeah,
Yeah.
NFL. We might even have more NFL games than college games next week, which is crazy. I don't think that's ever
Yeah.
happened in the history of this show.
Nope, it has
It
not.
is not. Yeah, okay. I'm remembering that right. It hasn't. So yeah, maybe some crazy stuff will happen. But yeah, that's pretty much.
But who knows? Maybe college football, everyone will lose that's supposed to win, so
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we end up talking about all upsets. Who knows?
yeah.
Maybe LSU with no coach can beat Alabama. Yeah, I don't know. Um, okay, guys. So I mean that's all I have. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
So, guys, that is episode 10 of Catching the Facts. Thank you so much for listening to our show. Eric and I are both extremely appreciative. You can listen to our podcast on both YouTube and Spotify. We post every week, every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be back next week to talk about all those games and more. Until then, I'm your host, Dan Sisk,
And I'm Eric Schroeder.
and we'll see you then.